I'm going to make a nice breakfast casserole this morning using my Le Creuset pan. This is a 3.5 quart casserole. And the dish is called pork roll and thyme biscuit casserole. I'm going to start by making biscuits the easy way. You can make homemade biscuits, that would be great. But we're going to start by buttering the pan with a nice soft tablespoon of butter. And spread that around. While I'm buttering the pan, I'm preheating the oven to the directions on the Pillsbury can. This is honey butter biscuits, and there's 8 big biscuits in this can. It says to preheat to 350, and we're going to bake them 13 to 16 minutes. I'm actually using my Casserole toaster oven that I'm preheating, and this pan fits in there nicely, so the second step will include the lid, and there's plenty of room for that too. Let's pop it. Popping fresh. Alright. Now, of course, it would be nice if you make your own biscuits first, but not today. You know how that is. That's why they make these. Let's see, spread these out evenly on the nice buttered pan. I can't wait to taste this. Alright, the oven's preheated. Let's get it in there. Alright, now the biscuits are lightly browned. I'm going to take these out right now because they're going to go back in again when we add some more ingredients. So they look perfect to me. Let's get them out. Okay, that's after 13 minutes. They really look great. We want to let this pan cool down for about 10 minutes while we're mixing the other ingredients. I'm going to leave the oven on for this time that we're getting the next step ready. And I'm going to leave it at 350 degrees. Alright, here's the rest of the ingredients that we're going to make a mixture out of to pour over top of the biscuits. We're going to use a cup of milk. We're going to use a package of pork roll. I have a 6-ounce package here. You could also use leftover ham chunks or something that you might have that's kind of a breakfast meat that's already cooked. I'm going to use about a cup of sharp cheese. You can use Gouda also, but it's about a half a package. I'm going to use the shallot, thinly sliced, and I'm going to use some thyme. You can use fresh thyme or dried, and I'm just going to use about a half a teaspoon of that, and I'm going to use 8 eggs. So first I'm going to whisk up 8 eggs with a cup of milk. Let's get going. We only want this part to take about 10 minutes because we want the pan to stay hot enough to keep cooking here. So fortunately there's not a lot of ingredients to worry about, and we can get these ready. Putting the eggs in first. Alright. Get that whisked up a little bit there. Add in a cup of milk. And get everything ready to go. It does really go very quickly. Mise en place, right? Let's measure a cup of shredded cheese. I like using the sharp cheese, but a nice choice here would be Gouda, or something with a little smoky flavor would be nice. Alright, so we'll get that mixed in. Now let's do the chopping. Alright, I happen to have the pork roll that is 4 slices in the package. Sometimes they come in 8 slices. I like this one because it's a little bit thicker when you're going to chop it up for something like this. I really think a nice chunk of leftover ham from your Easter dinner or something like that would be a great choice too. Whatever you have that suits this kind of breakfasty flavor. So easy. Now these are nice slices, so we're going to throw them in as we can spread them out on this pan. I'm just going to try to get them all around the edges and also in the little sections in between. So that every person who scoops out a biscuit can easily get some of the nice pork roll too. I just want to slice up this shallot too. And the shallot is a good choice because it adds so much powerful flavor. I love these little flavor bullets. People often forget to buy shallots when they go to the store, but try to remember they fit nicely into so many different dishes. It's things like this that it makes it easy to leave out some of the sodium when you're using things that have a lot of flavor like this. You don't even miss it. I'm going to spread these all over too. Oh boy, this is going to be flavorful. Now you can add some salt here if you'd like to. I'm not going to because the pork roll has plenty of sodium to take care of this dish. I will add some freshly ground pepper. Now let's take this nice cheesy mixture here, pour it over. If you need to adjust a little bit, do that now because it's going to stay where it is landed. I'm going to take my nice thyme. I'm using dried thyme, but feel free to use some fresh stuff. I'm going to put that on the top. Oh, I can smell that it's... Oh, I love that smell. Alright, now I'm going to set the oven, even though it's still on 350 degrees, I'm going to set this for about 30 minutes. Okay, now at this point we're going to put the cover on the pan, put it back in the oven for 30 minutes. After about 20 minutes I'm going to take the cover off. Alright, let's get it back in the oven. Alright, so we have 10 minutes left. Looking good in there. The cheese is melting, everything looks nice. We're going to slide this out and take the lid off. Okay, now when I took the lid off, I want to show you how the eggs are still liquidy in there. See how it's still swimming around? Okay. So I'm going to put that back in. That's one of the reasons for taking the lid off, to start to let the eggs cook a little bit better and everything will get a little brown. Okay, we'll be back. 10 minutes. Okay, time's up. Let's check it out. Wow, that looks beautiful. Let me get it out of the oven for us. You know, you can use your regular oven, but I happen to find my Casserole toaster oven very convenient. Alright, Take a look how nice and toasty brown that is with the cheese melding on top of those biscuits. Wow, that's really a nice dish. That's a nice way to serve breakfast when you have some company or you just want to have a special day for your family. Right, let it cool for a few minutes, but I'm going to take a biscuit out here and show you how this looks. So you really have 8 servings here with the biscuits, and that also involves having some cheese and eggs and of course the meat. That's a nice little breakfast, isn't it? And there's plenty of eggs underneath, so it's really a nice way to serve your breakfast. This cast iron pan did a great job in the toaster oven. And you know what I really like about that too is that it has that ability to keep the breakfast nice and warm while everybody's getting to the table. Let's give this a try. Oh boy, look at that. That's a fork full of goodness. That is really good. The biscuit is nice and fluffy, and so are the eggs, and cheesy, and then that nice salty kind of pork roll in there. Wow, that's a nice breakfast. Okay, try this. It's a kind of special way to serve your meal. And you know what? You don't just have to have breakfast in the morning. Breakfast for dinner is also good. Give it a try, and try it in a cast iron pan. That's really a nice touch. Sometimes you make a recipe and you think, I'll make that again. That was pretty good. And then sometimes you make a recipe and you're like, oh my gosh, that was so good. That's what this one is. Okay, thanks for watching.